Rosie, I'm going to take a simple lettuce and I'm going to turn it into a dish that has chorizo sausage. You like that?
Great. Doesn't surprise me.
What I'm going to do is make a classic French dish, which is peas with bacon or speck and lettuce, and I'm going to cook that down. But you've got to have it with something. You can't just have it on its own. It's just a side dish. So what I'm going to do is slice this out of the bag here. This is beautiful chorizo sausage. Take it out of the packet. Smells lovely, lots of spice in there, lots of flavour. When I cut it like this and then grill it, all of the meat and all of the sausage sort of expands out and it char grills and it gives it a lovely look. When you go to Spain, they actually put the chorizo sausage on a little bowl. They put some cognac or some brandy underneath it and they cook it at the table nice and slowly so it pops up and cooks in cognac. Could you imagine that?
No, I can't.
It's just fantastic.
And I probably will never witness it because it's not normally on my order.
Well, I'm going to pop these on. We're going to simulate that kind of thing. So onto the little griddle pan over here. It's going to start sizzling away in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, we're going to make the peas, or the petit pois, as they like to call it. I've got everything here that I'm going to start with. I've got some garlic there. I want you to smash that with your hand or a knife, peel it, and then give it a rough chop. Mint, I want you to pick all the leaves of mint and also the parsley there. Pick all the parsley leaves.
Some beautiful herbs,
pile them all up. I've got some shallots here. You can't have a French dish without some shallots.
Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? Just a bit sweeter.
They are. Well, you could use red onions if you want. You could use brown onions. It wouldn't really matter. You know, you can use heaps of garlic, anything you want. You could also just use leek if you want. I've got some leek here. The trick with leek, as I've always said, is always trim it off and then wash it really well, because in between the leaves here, you'll get lots of dirt. So if you wash it all off, you'll make sure you don't get any grit in your in any dish that you're cooking with the leeks.
We don't want that, do we?
You like that? And it's a great way to do the garlic like that is smash it, and it brings out all the oil. And when you smash it like that, it's a lot easier to peel. And another tip, if you're worried about getting garlic on your fingers, just get someone else to do it. You know. And Rosie's such a good sport.
The thing is, the smaller it is as well, the more active the ingredients are in there as well, and it's a very medicinal thing, the garlic.
Now, I've got some speck here. I'll keep on going for that one because it is medicinal. I love it. I've got some speck here, and this is something you might want to just peel off. I just peel off the fat here like that. I don't throw that away. I pop it into the pan here and let that render down a little bit. And we get the lovely smoky flavour from the speck, or it's bacon, just from the belly here. You get the lovely flavour in there.
All right.
And that'll cook with the peas. That's beautiful. Now, this bacon here, or the speck as we like to call it, it's from the belly. You can see there's lots of different muscles through there.
Yeah.
A little bit of fat and lovely smokiness. That's what it's all about. You've got the smokiness of the bacon. That's what brings out the flavour.
And what's the texture of the speck like?
The speck, it's like thick cut bacon. It's got a nice little bit of chew to it, but it's got a lovely, lovely flavour, and I like using it all the time. Now, I would like to do one day, I'm going to smoke some tofu for you. I'm going to brine it, then smoke it, and give it a bacon sort of flavour and cook it up for you. I think I have to do that because you've sat through so much of me using bacon.
It's really nice.
It would be fair, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm intrigued. I would definitely give it a shot. I can't say I'd like it.
It is possible. It is possible.
It is possible.
If it tastes like sort of bacon, I can give you the impression, and maybe I can make you some tofu bacon and eggs in the morning. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
The day you ask to hypnotise me, it's not going to happen because I know what I'll wake up like. Yeah.
In goes the leek and the shallots and the flavour of the speck with the skin in there as well. It's just beautiful. I don't think I could ever replace this flavour or this smell with smoked tofu, but I'll give it a go for you. There we go. Oh, smells fantastic. And the chorizo, I'm just going to turn that over. Look at that. We've got some grill marks coming out of there. It's starting to heat up. It's starting to crisp up, and you can see the fat is rendering out of it. And as the fat renders out of it, it'll glisten it up and crisp it up and make it even more delicious. Great. Can I have that garlic there?
Sure.
There we go. I'll take that garlic and pop it in with my speck and my leek and my shallots. I've got some other type of shallots. This is what you call a shallot up north where you come from in Sydney. You call it a shallot. We call it spring onions.
Spring onion. No, I'm spring onion as well.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Here we go. Yep.
Occasionally I do demonstrations in Sydney where I tell everyone, we're in Victoria now, it's a spring onion.
Yep, spring onion.
In it goes, there we go. And I've also got some butter. Look at this. We need some butter.
Of course we do.
Butter goes so well with peas. It makes it, it makes the flavour come out of it.
100%.
And this is beautiful butter, Australian butter, comes from Australian cows, Australian farmers, and pop it into the pan. You're helping Australian farmers. That's
100%.
what I like about it. I'm going to hand this over to you, Rosie, and with my wooden spoon, I'll stir this around. Have a look at this. It looks great, doesn't it?
It looks lovely.
It's just softening up together, and when you have the butter in there, it just becomes even more
It's
luscious,
very rich-o.
delicious, tasty. It is very rich-o, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very rich-o.
And the chorizo sausage, can you smell that? It's
I can. I think it's also very rich.
It's
A
exactly.
rich dish.
Funny you should say that. That was actually my nickname as a kid. Now, I'll just stir that around for just a minute or so, and I'll get you to pass me those peas. We're going to throw the peas in there with a little bit of stock.
Want to put
There we
them
go.
in for you?
Throw them straight in. I'm using fresh peas here, or you could use frozen peas if you like. It doesn't really matter. There we go. Some stock over there as well. We're going to put a little bit of stock in the top there. Just pour about, that's it. That's plenty.
Just want to make myself useful.
You're very useful. And I'm going to get you
First
to...
time you said that.
You're very useful, Rosie. There you go. I said it twice. You're very useful, Rosie. 3 times. Pass me those herbs there. Be very useful for me, and throw those straight into the pot
got
here.
it.
Oh, lovely putting into the herbs there, Rosie. Now, I'll pop the lid on now because this has got to cook for about 8 or 9 minutes. And in the meantime, the chorizo will cook for a little bit longer, and we'll have that lettuce shredded up. We'll put that in at the last minute to keep it nice and crisp. This will be a cracker of a dish, Rosie. Rosie, look at that. A couple of minutes, it's all ready to go. In goes the lettuce.
This is such a rich-o dish. You can't get more of a rich-o dish than this.
I know. I feel good about it. I feel really, really good about it. Now, I like to put the lettuce in just at the last second to just move it around a little bit so you keep that crunch of the lettuce. Now, Rosie, I've used iceberg lettuce, but you can use any sort of lettuce you want. You know, romaine lettuce, which is Roman-style lettuce, or any oak leaf. I've even seen people do this with cabbage as well, so it doesn't really matter. But the lettuce just gives it a lovely crunch when you fold it through right at the end there. You can see it softens up really, really quickly. There we go. Turn these both off here so we've got everything ready to go. Now, I'm going to grab some peas and pop it on the plate here. You can see the lettuce in there. I'll try and get some of the juice as well because that's the flavour of the peas and the bacon and the lettuce all together and those herbs.
Looks like a really classic dish.
It is a really classic dish. A nice, tasty, simple dish. Pop that down like that, and then, of course, we grab the sausage, snuggle that sausage in the side there. Now, this is what you would have to agree with is a nice, healthy dish because you've got a nice amount of vegetables there and you've got a little bit of protein. In this case, it's chorizo sausage grilled to perfection.
Look, you can tell yourself, you know, what you want, but it's pretty good. You've added in some vegetables, which I'm really happy about, and you get a little bit of what you like as well. So I'm always happy about that, but are you happy?
I couldn't be happy. I've got chorizo, peas, lettuce, and speck on the one dish. This looks fantastic.
That's all you, isn't it? That is all you. You in a good place?
I'm in heaven, Rosie.
Thought so.